one thing I've always wanted to do is just go hiking, in a forest, like on a mountain, where it's like snowy, cold, get like that little dark forest aesthetic.
Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely not. That sounds like the beginning of some crazy horror movie.
I mean, I get that, but
Like, that's
still.
terrifying. Didn't you hear about that one pass incident?
What pass incident?
The Dyatlov pass incident.
What is that?
So basically, on the 1st of February, these 9 ski hikers from this, institute over in Russia, they all decided to go on this big hiking group, and, they were at the top of these mountains. It was snowy, basically exactly what you just said.
Oh.
And something happened in the middle of the night. All 9 of them dead.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All
seriously.
9 of them dead?
All 9 of them dead. I mean, just go ahead and grab your snacks, because this is going to be a very long story. I feel like you've heard about it.
I think I have. I remember this.
Why don't we dive into the cold truth? Welcome to the cold truth. So, my name's Mykenna.
My name's Gracie.
And basically, this kind of vodcast is just going to be us talking about crazy cases or cold cases.
Yes.
Like weird paranormal.
Stuff that hasn't been solved, stuff that has been solved.
Yeah.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything, really. So, our first case, we're coming out with a strong one. I feel like this is a crazy one to start with. It is the Dyatlov Pass incident.
Yes.
Crazy story. So like we kind of said, it was about these 9 hikers, okay, and they're all experienced.
Yes, they all are very experienced.
Right, and they go into the south side of these mountains in Russia. I think
they're called the Ural Mountains, I believe. I could be pronouncing that wrong.
Right, and it's they were on the eastern slope. So they knew what they were doing.
No, they
knew where they were going.
What they were doing because they were surrounded in snow. It was snowy up there.
Yeah, it was early February, and early February that season. First of all, in any mountains, snow. It's inches of snow, cold, freezing, sub-zero.
Have you seen the before and after pictures of the ski signs?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, it blows me away.
Crazy. So they knew that they had to be experienced, and they were. I mean, they literally had a whole ski instructor, everything.
Yeah.
So what happened was these 9 people, they were led by Igor Dyatlov, which is kind of where the name struck. He was 23. I don't know, was he the oldest? No.
No, I don't think he was the oldest.
There was a 38-year-old. That was one of them. He wasn't the oldest, but he was the most notable. He was the most experienced one. And so they all go on this hiking trip. And in the middle of the night, literally the middle of the night, they, what did it say? Cut the tent open, ran out.
Yeah, the tents were cut open from the inside.
Slashed.
They had no shoes, barely any clothing.
No clothes, no shoes.
They had scrapes, burns.
Yeah, the way these people died.
It was, oh my
horrific.
God.
Now, of course, a lot of them died of hypothermia because, like we said, it's the sub-zero temperatures, all this stuff. But crazy. These bodies were found in crazy ways. And I think it was they were found a few days later. Some of them were found a few days later, and then some of them, it took months.
Oh, yeah.
Months for them to find them.
I think the latest they found one was very end of May,
I think it was
beginning
May.
of June.
I think it was that. That would make sense.
And this happened back in February, so it's a month or two later that they were found.
Yeah, and this happened in what, the early 90s, I think it was?
1959, I believe.
Yes, I do think so. So I
could be wrong. But
I'm pretty sure it was late 90s. And so, you have to think. There wasn't,
No, it was late 90s.
Yeah, today, I feel today when people go missing, there's, a whole search team. There's all this stuff. They send all these people in. Yeah, they didn't have that. They didn't have that. And this was in Russia.
Yeah, which, Russia is Russia, but...
they were not, on it. They weren't on this case. Their friends realized that they were missing and they weren't saying stuff. And so, of course, a few, search teams went out. But again, they're on the top of a mountain.
It's not easy to find. Just like with Mount Everest, if you die up on a mountain, you become a checkpoint.
Yeah,
That is literally what happens.
Yeah, there was no way. And I think we need to get into how they found these bodies.
No, absolutely.
Because some of these crazy.
Some of these bodies were wild.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about like where the bodies were found. So like from the start, they had their tent, and then a few feet away was the tree.
A few feet away, no, yeah. Yes. Let me look. Okay, so there was essentially this path, and we're going to show a picture of it up here. Bam.
Bam, the picture's
It'll show
there.
up at some point. Don't know
Bam,
when.
the picture's there.
But picture's up here, and basically it splits into a Y, and on the left side of it is where the tent was located. On the right side is where a ravine was. Yes. And so at some point during the night, they ripped open their tents and they ran, and they had to have known what the path looked like and the fact that they knew there was a ravine there, specifically because they were able to get around the ravine.
Right,
and
they passed the ravine whenever they were leaving, and then they came back.
They created a fire.
Yes.
And that is where 2 bodies were found.
Yes, I believe it was, let's see, because they were found with burns. They died from hypothermia and burns.
I'm going to butcher this name so bad.
That's okay.
Yuri, it was one of them. I'm going to butcher this name so bad.
It's okay, you just got to try it. You just got to try it.
Doroshenko. There we go. The first body that they found was Yuri Doroshenko. She was 21 years old. She ended up dying of hypothermia, but she did have multiple burns to her body as well as multiple abrasions.
Right.
And the second person that was found,
who else had the burns?
I believe was, where's it at? Where are you at? Was George.
George, yes.
Kirishani.
It's okay. Kuryanishenko.
Yeah,
we'll just
George Kuryanishenko. He was also found with multiple burns and as well as multiple abrasions to his body, but he did end up dying of hypothermia. He was only 23 years old when he did die, unfortunately.
Yeah, and these abrasions, like, think about this. They were found by I think, like a cedar tree. They were found by this tree.
Yes.
And they have all these abrasions, and they, like, had a fire. So I think they used, like, branches.
That, and the tree did also show signs of someone had climbed up it and fell.
Yes, so I think they were looking.
I think they probably could have been looking for their tent, because they probably...
Right, it's the middle of the night whenever they left. And, like,
so they have no idea where they're at.
Yeah, so I think they definitely climbed up the tree. And what I'm gonna guess this happened, they start, like, some of them, because they were still, like, together at this point, all 9 of them. I think they used, like, branches from the tree, started a fire, and then, like, they were like, oh, let's climb up this tree to see if we can find either our tent, like, whatever was chasing them, the reason. And I think they fell, and they got all these abrasions, or they got the abrasions climbing up, fell, fires right there.
I mean,
burns.
That's probably why they got the burns in the first place.
That's what I'm gonna guess, yeah.
The fact that they stayed there but still died of hypothermia is what gets me. Because if they were looking, yada, 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 they should have been able to spot it. But even if they weren't able to...
Right, because it was only a few hundred feet.
Exactly. They know where the path's at. Right. They were able to somehow make it around the ravine, so they had to have known the area well enough.
Yeah.
But it's just... It's so weird because they died next to a fire, but if they, like I said, if they fell out of the tree, they would have had at least a head injury. I don't know what, but
yeah, not because they had abrasions, but they weren't like major trauma.
No,
nothing that would have been the cause. At all. Nothing that would have been the cause of death.
But it blows my mind because how do you die of hypothermia next to a fire?
Right, unless something else.
Unless
something else. Well, let's move on to the.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
I mean, that was shocking, but what's more shocking is the state of the next bodies.
Yes.
Is the state of the next bodies. So we're down 2.
Do we want to start with?
Right, because where was this group? These are more scattered, right?
They are very scattered. Some were over heading back towards the tent. Others were by the fire.
Right.
Some are by the,
You're right.
which we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll get to
That's
that.
the questionable part, yeah.
But I guess we'll go to the next ones that we're heading back to the tent. So the ones that were heading back to the tent was...
I mean, I think the whole thing's just crazy.
Igor Dyatlov. He was heading back to the tent.
Yes.
The person after him, I believe, was Rustin.
Yes.
And then...
Which all died of hypothermia.
Yeah, which
and
that
then makes
Zendaya,
sense, but like...
I could be pronouncing that wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Right.
She was 22, and she also died of hypothermia.
So these three are like the in-betweens.
Yes. All three of them died to hypothermia. They didn't have any wounds to their body at all, which is... I mean, I get why they didn't have any wounds to the body.
I think like they're the most likely to be the ones that like, well, they had been out there in the cold for too long, walking back and forth. Because again, little to no clothes.
Exactly.
Little to no clothes. So I think those are the ones that kind of we were like, oh, they were just walking, and then of course like they succumbed to their surroundings.
I mean, I get why Yuri and George died of hypothermia. They were only wearing underwear.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Which is another questionable thing. Why were they in the tent without, like, I feel like maybe I'm just uneducated on like winter survival.
I mean, I could be. I have no idea. Like, could they have gotten wet?
That's true. Like something, or like a lot of times whenever you like have hypothermia, it's like you want to take all your clothes off. So they could have already been freezing in the tent,
exactly.
And that could have caused delusion.
Because with how it is with, I know when my hands get super cold, they start burning, and if you get them near warmth, it just feels worse. So then you want to take everything off or get them away from the warmth.
That is a good. Yeah, like, that could be a good reason.
A reason why stuff is like that, and they died like that. But it still wouldn't explain the fire burns as well as the abrasions.
And and like that's sort of confusing. And then we get to this freaking ravine.
Yes.
This ravine kills
me. 4 of the bodies were found in the ravine.
Yeah.
Lydia was found in the ravine. She died of severe chest trauma.
Right. And if I'm right, she was missing her eyes and like
her tongue.
But missing, gone.
Due to multiple things, I think it was just the ravagers, like the animals, like birds, rats, snow mice, stuff like that.
Because I think the bodies in the ravine were the ones that like got found at a later time. So they were out there in nature. They were found towards the end of May, beginning of June. And then again, with the decomposition process, with bodies, eyes and tongue are the first things to go. Oh, right. That's very true.
Now, funny thing is that she was wearing George's clothes whenever she was found.
Yes. Which, that could just be like, well, once, because they died by the fire, so they were the first to go. And so they could have, like, just as an instinct, they didn't have any clothes. Obviously, they were like, well, let's
take their clothes and let's get
try to get some more
bundles of warmth.
Yeah.
And then Alexander, he was also found in the ravine. He died of hypothermia, though. He did not have any injuries. He didn't die of any injuries, no internal injuries.
Nothing.
No injuries on the physical injuries, nothing. He died of hypothermia.
Into a ravine. I don't know about you, but I feel like if I fell into a ravine, I would have a little something to show for it.
At least a little bit, because we also don't know how deep this ravine is.
That's true. That's true. And because it could have been different at the time, like the snow, the landscape. I mean, it's been a few years.
And then Nicola, she was 23, and she died of a fatal skull injury.
Which that is the one that makes most sense to me, because if she fell.
That's what makes sense to me as well. I mean, you fall in a ravine, there could be jagged rocks that aren't covered by the snow, and you could hit your head really badly.
Right, that one, that makes sense to me.
Semyon was 38 years old, and he died of chest trauma. Right. And he was also missing his eyes. Yeah. But that's
I think
also with the
I'll back
decomposition
that up.
process.
I think it was like nature, animals, and like with all the traumas from the people in the ravine falling.
Exactly. But the only thing that doesn't make sense is Alexander's death. He would have at least had something to show for it, whether it be minor scrapes, cuts, things like that, but he had nothing.
I know, and like now I can think about it, what if, like, cause like of course this all had to happen like the night of, and I'm wondering if like they fell into the ravine, he was kind of in the back, and like once he realized that all 8 others were like dead, and he didn't know what to do. I mean, I would guess he knew he was gonna die by just being out there like of hypothermia.
I would have to think.
I don't know, maybe he like, I don't know how deep this ravine is, but he could have just gone down there knowing that he was gonna die, trying to like help his friends, do anything. He's just an oddball. He is an oddball.
Alexander as well as George showed radioactive signs.
Yes.
They had like not just like something slight, like they had major readings.
Right. Now, one of them, or was it both of them, worked in like a nuclear factory?
George.
Yes.
He worked in a nuclear factory called the Myak. Now,
which that could like make sense. Like obviously you're gonna have a little bit of radiation from that, just being exposed to it every day.
But in 1957, they had a radiation leak. And George was working there at the time while it happened.
So he obviously got exposed to a lot more.
He definitely got exposed to it a lot more, but it doesn't explain why Alexander had radiation readings as well.
Right. Because, I mean, like, let's see, it happened in, like, that time. I feel like, yeah, there could have still been a little bit, because, like, wasn't that, like, the plant close to the mountains?
It was, I want to say it was about...
Because I think if I remember looking back on it, it was like the radiation cloud was going right to their tent.
15
like right in the area.
Kilometers, kilomiles.
Yeah, I think it was quite literally right, like the radioactive cloud from the thing was going right to like the area that these people were camping in. Which I don't know if radiation really is going to stick around that long, but I mean if he was already radiated.
Look at the events of Chernobyl. Radiation stays for long time.
Still there.
Still not habitable. In 2025, it's still not able to where you can live in it.
So that could kind of explain it, but then it's also like why didn't anybody else?
Off radiation.
Yeah. And like they were right, like I mean right where the cloud of radiation went.
It's just, the weird thing is about them having readings, it was only their clothes.
Right.
It wasn't them themselves.
I do remember that.
It was just their clothes.
Which is crazy.
And we researched about radiation. We thought, oh, it might have been the cold and stuff like that. Gamma rays aren't affected by temperature whatsoever at all. Yeah. So that's also something we have to look at.
Yeah, that was crazy. And that was kind of like one of the thoughts that we came up with on our own. But there's also people who think it was like, there's one native tribe that like lives in the area.
Yes.
But that was ruled out.
Entirely ruled out at the time.
And like I kind of looked into it being like, well, you never know. But I mean, yeah, like it just wasn't adding up in the way that like I kind of wanted it to. And there's also been talk of a Yeti.
We've heard of the Yeti. I don't think it was the Yeti. I
don't
really
think it was
don't.
the Yeti. But like as we're talking, I thought about this. The radiation might not have affected them because they're in the area. But, like, radiation messes with animals. Radiation messes with animals. Like, it changes them and, like, disfigures them. So it could have been a disfigured creature that is supposedly the Yeti. But that is a reach.
Is a polar bear that's standing on its hind legs. But even then, you're not going to find them in Russia.
Yeah, they're not the Yeti. So, I don't back with that up. I don't think that's, like, the right kind of thing.
I don't think it is
I don't think that's what happened.
And a lot of people thought, oh, well, since Russia's already experimented so much with nuclear weapons in their own territory, it could just be a test gone wrong.
Right.
But that was also disproven.
And also, if it were a test gone wrong, then those two wouldn't have been the only one with radiation. Like, they all would have had radiation poisoning. Like, and that doesn't explain them being so scared that they, like, slashed through their tent, didn't get dressed, didn't prepare for the weather, and just ran.
Exactly.
And just ran. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't really know what I believe happened either.
I am still like grasping on how these people were found. I mean, how did 5 of them somehow not make it in the ravine after 4 of them did. I mean, could something have gone wrong and they pushed them in there?
That's what I'm thinking, like, did they go on each other? Because, I mean, if you're in a situation, like a survival situation, where, like, all these things are happening, you're tense, you're stressed, I could see you being agitated and, like, do impulsive things. But I don't know if I would be impulsive enough to shove my fellow hikers into a ravine.
Mean, not only that, but, I mean, the radiation does do crazy things to you and your mind. But one thing about radiation is that it starts from the inside out. So it could have been something mental that they started to, like, lose their crap and, like, just start going berserk. But even then, one of them was found in the one that had a radioactive reading, Alexander, he was found in the ravine. George was by the fire. And due to clauses, I think people by the fire died first.
I fully think that as well. I think just because, like, they were the closest to the tent, I think they were the ones that were just, like, freaked out the most, which is might have been why they climbed up the tree to, like, try and find anything. I don't know. The whole case is
just so wild because you can't. It's just all open ends. I mean, once you travel down one rabbit hole, it leads to 14 different others,
and none of them and, like, still today, nobody has, like, truly been like, this is what happened. This is this. This is that.
Like, we've discovered what happened. No, it's still cold to this day.
It's still cold.
It's happened almost 100 years ago now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, another thing that gets me is the way that 3 of them were found on the left path. Igor was found first. In between them was...
Yeah, it was Igor.
Igor was found first. And then Rustin was found in between Igor and Zenita. Zenita.
Right.
Essentially the same.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know, like, they were scattered.
No, they were scattered.
By themselves.
Yeah.
In the wilderness, in a mountain.
One right after another. It's just like a chain reaction. One died, the next,
continuous
and then the
path,
next.
like, back and forth. Like, I think they had to have had some idea of where they were.
I mean, they were heading right back to the tent, so they had to have some idea of where they were going. I mean...
I just don't know. Like, it's just crazy to me.
It also doesn't explain how they got that far in the middle of the night.
Right, yeah.
Because this path
They didn't take any of their equipment with them either.
No.
No flashlights, no nothing.
They had no
nothing.
shoes, no clothes, no flashlights, no food, no water.
Nothing.
No backpacks. They didn't even bring their tent with them. Like, they had...
And they slashed their tent.
Zilch.
I mean, they ruined their tent.
No, like, another thing. Who cuts their tent open from the inside? I mean, unless you have something that is genuinely on the inside that's like, we need to get out of this immediately. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense.
None of it adds up.
None of it does, and that's what gets me, because, I mean, if you're going to sit here and you're going to have all of this happen and stuff like that, I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, we are never going to know. But, I mean, what do you guys think the cold truth is?